So my name is Laura Corbin, and I am the queen bee at Spencer Pest, but my EOS role, I sit as the integrator, and I also own the admin seat. Oh man, so how much time do we have? No, I think the biggest issue is, number one, I work for my mom, work with her. And as much fun as that is, we are both very high quick starts. And so to us, we tell everybody we see a lot of squirrels, shiny objects. We also love to sit and problem solve, but we hate the execution and implementation standpoint. Or when we would get to that point, it was like, okay, I have so much on my plate. I need help with this. And how do I help delegate this and trickle it down to the team? And so using the process and EOS has helped make that so streamlined. I'm also a very high follow through. So I'm like, yay, I get to create a to-do list and check it down my list. And it gives me literally step-by-step instructions on delegation and who's involved and what they're going to be responsible for. And then at the end of it, we wrap up and go back over what happened, how successful it was, and does it lead to any new issues? So it's been awesome. Definitely the L10 meeting structure. I used to dread going to meetings and I'm the one hosting them. So that's pretty bad when the one who's running the meeting doesn't want to go to the meeting. So if I don't want to go, certainly my employees are not going to want to go as well. So implementing that L10 meeting structure has been a complete game changer. I look forward to going to the meetings. We're actually getting shit done. We're accomplishing things, and the feedback from the employees has been really positive too. They keep saying, man, these meetings and this structure has just been so beneficial for them because they feel like they've accomplished stuff as well. It's definitely taking a little bit of the fear away because it's helping me see. I was looking at this 10-year vision of what we call a BHAG or a huge goal, and it just seems so unattainable. So by taking that VTO and starting to work your way backwards, putting together the 3-year and the 1-year plan, and then breaking it down into these quarterly rocks, it's like, holy crap, we might actually be able to hit this big, hairy-ass goal that originally I thought was impossible, but now it's actually starting to look more and more possible and attainable. So it's taking a lot of that fear and anxiety away. I still have a little bit, but it's giving me a better roadmap and a better just direction of where we're going, but also it's allowing me to kind of put more things in motion because I have a better plan in place, a better process in place, and better people on that team to help me implement. I love in-person interaction. I feel like because I work for my mom, not only do we have that mother-daughter relationship, we have that, boss-employee relationship too. And unfortunately, at times, a lot of that gets intermixed and intertwined. And I think if we were trying to do it on our own, we're also both very strong-willed and we have very strong personalities. And so if we were to do it on our own, I think it would be a lot of this, where having that third party who is, uninterested when it comes to the emotional side of things. It's like, no, we're getting down to business. This is what you need to do. This is how you're going to do it. Quit going over here, quit going over there, take the emotion out of it, those kind of things. It's been really helpful, and it's allowed us to kind of learn how to work with each other better because we're learning how to navigate those conversations by having that third party influence in there as well. So we're still strong-willed and we're still very opinionated, but we're also seeing the other person's side better and getting deeper conversations and explanations and things like that so that we're actually getting things accomplished. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is she's taking more, it's giving her almost permission to be more of that owner role and visionary role. And it's giving me permission to be more of that integrator and kind of more in the weeds role, allowing me to do what I need to do and allowing her to do what she loves to do and is best at. But it's giving us the permission to allow the other person to do that as well. So I'm understanding more of what the owner box and the visionary actually is, which drives me crazy at times. So it's helping me understand, why does that drive me crazy? Because that's the true role of that seat and that position. And I think vice versa. I think she's starting to give me a little bit more empowerment and allowing me to make some of those decisions on my own. And she's kind of taking a step back from in the business and letting me really be that integrator seat and have the accountability with the rest of the organization without her being 100% involved all the time. Yeah, a lot of that, our roles are much more clear with each other, and we're still learning and navigating that, but I mean, good grief, even in just 6 months, I've seen a huge difference in our working relationship, which has eliminated a lot of that tension, frustration, or just feeling like she was coming in and stepping on my toes, and it's like, you show up when you want to, or whatever that looks like. But it's lightened that a lot from our personal side too, because I'm not bringing those like negative feelings into our personal relationship. And it's really increased our trust level for each other in our roles as well, where I think before she wanted to be in the know and I wasn't communicating effectively with her or in the way that she needed it from me. And now that we've been following this system and this process, the communication is so clear, the direction is so clear that there's no question anymore. So when it's time to turn it off, it's like, turn it off. And we're able to be mother, daughter, grandma, grandkids, that kind of thing. So it's brought a whole new level to both sides of the relationship for sure. Gosh, why Cullen? I don't know. No. Cullen's awesome. We went through 3 other integrators. The first one legitimately put me to sleep. Like, I fell asleep during the 90-minute presentation, which that's not a good sign. The second one could not handle our bounce around. Again, we're high quick starts. So if I've got a question, if you don't answer my question like right away, I cannot think about or focus on anything other than that question until that question gets answered. He was great, knew his stuff, very well versed, but he did not stray from his process whatsoever. So it was frustrating for me because I was having these dying questions with no answer, and then he lost me after that. Cullen, on the other hand, he was able to navigate those waters for us. We're very difficult people. I say we're very difficult to work with. Again, we're very fun, but we can be difficult. But he was able to answer those questions and jump right back into the process. And he was able to bounce around in the way that we can bounce around, but also he could rein us in when the time was right. And when we needed to really focus and be brought back to center, he could literally just grab that rope, bring us right back in, and we were ready to go right where we left off. And he's fun. And I can mess with him, and it doesn't bother him whatsoever.